Welcome back to another video, guys. We are working on a maple. It was something I bought last year. I think it's a emerald green, something like that. Dog's chewed the top of the label off, but I know it's a green leaf variety. Pretty sure it's an emerald green or green emerald or something along those lines. Yeah, it's been like this for a year. All I did last year was just prune it back. After obviously it leafed and everything. So in this video, the exercise is to sort the roots out, because I haven't looked at the roots, and as we all know, being that it's nursery stock, straight away there's something there. The roots are always a bit hit and miss, to say the least, when it comes to nursery stock. I do like to do it as soon as I get a tree, but I think I got this one later on in the year. There was a reason why I didn't put it or sort out the roots, I know that. I've got a load of them basically. Anyway, we'll get amongst it, we'll have a look, and the idea is to get it into just a little bonsai pot. I'm not going to put it in a training pot, I'm just going to put it straight into a little bonsai pot, just because I've got so many trees in training pots, and great for the future, but if you want instant effect, that is the way to go. Put it into a little pot. Yeah, these roots are pretty entangled. Just loosen it up. Anyway, right, I'll put it on time lapse and then we'll come back. Okay, right, so I hacked off the bottom layer just because it was so contorted in there. These roots were just circling several times. There was no way of getting it out without ripping them. So if you tend to cut an inch off the bottom or a half inch off the bottom, it kind of releases everything and you can just pull everything out. So as you can see, we got this horrible root coming up here on the right. I think straight away that is going to have to go. Yeah, we're going to get rid of that one. We're going to go in, we'll just take him off there for a minute. Take him out. And then just clean him up. Like that. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take it outside, we're going to jet it, we're going to wash these roots and see what actually is going on in here. It feels like he's got something in there to offer, but we'll see. Cool, back in a minute. Roots are all washed. He ain't looking bad actually, to be fair. If you look down on top, you've got a few there, all in the right area really. So it's just a case now of just selecting the roots that we want, and obviously selecting the roots that we don't want. We don't need that. Pull him out. We're going to rely on this one on top to be part of the nabari. This one will be underneath anyway and be hidden, so we could keep that anyway. So if we nip him off so the cut is facing down and at a slight angle. You can see that. So the root's coming out. We want to make a cut through the root at this kind of angle. So the open wound of the root is facing down into the soil, but slightly at an angle. So if new roots do grow, they will grow out in that direction. And we'll take them back to there. We'll do the same. So where it's coming out, we've got these feeder roots coming off. We'll just take the root off at that kind of angle, just below those feeder roots, and again on that, and again on this one. Okay, crossing root in there, which we don't want. So this is a perfect opportunity again to comb the roots. So as you can see, these roots are going underneath this one. This is the first stage of the roots circling. Once they get trapped and guided, they'll just continue, and they get harder and harder to sort out as the tree matures. A little bit of recycled wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little bracket to push the roots apart. So if you can see what I'm doing, I'll show you in a minute when I'm done. So you do something along the lines of that, something like that. Just shorten them off. And then you can open them out then. Give them a bit of a kink, something like that. Right, we'll get them in and then I'll show you. You'll see what I mean. You see what I mean. You just need to open him up a little bit. There you go. Right, he's in there. Right, we'll just take some of these downward growing roots off that are going to hinder what's going on. These will squeeze in rather nicely. Something like that. So we're left with something along those lines. It's good. Right, and we'll just backfill it. I'll get my chopstick. Usual scenario. Now we're going to do something quite extreme. So for you out there, for you guys out there that's faint-hearted, don't watch. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to reduce this down. Because we've got a nice nabari now, the taper needs to be sorted. I did it last year, took this one off and this one. So I've got two open wounds, two scars already. And this one is almost caught up with the thickness of this one. I don't think it's going to do it any favours in the future. So we are going to be quite extreme. So shut your eyes. Nice and gently. Do it gently. We'll just take a bit off. A bit off. I know there's a load of you out there going, what are you doing? Well, I'll explain why in a minute. If you pick yourself up off the floor. So we whip that one off. Right, let's zoom in. Let's have a look. So very extreme. Very extreme. But what we've done is we've effectively introduced the taper that we need in the future. So these really short, wide, heavy trunked trees, this is how you achieve it. If I was to leave this, it would just get longer and longer. And to keep it into some kind of proportion, because we've got a nice nabari already forming, got a nice wide trunk, we need this one here now to be the leader. This other one would have just made it a lot longer and leggier. So very extreme, I know, I appreciate that. But it's the only way really to introduce good taper. So we'll just get some wound sealant on this now. So that's it. I'm going to leave this tree now. He's got a few buds on top here, which you can see. This will die back, and this bulge here, even if it starts to heal and callus and just extend slightly, because it's on the hip of the bend, it will emphasize it more. And this will widen as this heals, and it will blend in. So there we go. That's the reason why I thought I'd do this video, because I knew it would be something a little bit different. As I say, I've done 4 or 5 repots already today, and they've just been straightforward. Just little prunes, sort out the roots, pot them up. A lot of them were in training pots, but this one I thought, let's get it in a pot, let's do something extreme. Obviously there's a lot of aftercare with this one now. I'm going to put him into the greenhouse, possibly on top of the boiler outside, because that stays quite warm. And yeah, there we go. So we'll have a nice little bit of foliage on top when it leaves out, and it's all kind of to scale. So that is what the exercise of this was all about. So there we go. I'll probably get a few comments on this, but hey ho, you got to do these things. You got to do extreme things to achieve amazing results. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.